Hi.
Morning.
Hey.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Hi.
I can't find my yoga mat.
Says the yoga instructor.
Do any of you possibly have it?
No, but did you shave your armpits?
Oh my gosh. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like I had one job. I show
I'm
up.
sure they weren't hairy, girl.
You guys, I was wearing a hoodie, so I was like totally fine. I'm like doing all these poses. My arms are up. Cool. Then it's time for wardrobe change one. Take the hoodie off. And I knew because the hoodie was new, I was like, oh, there's going to be some fuzzies. So I look and I'm like, oh, shoot, there's more than fuzzies. What? Why didn't I get rid of that? So needless to say, all my photos are like this. Like my arms are down. We had to get creative today. Oh, I went back to my yoga breathing though. That helped me. Dang it. So this is really funny. Like obviously I have a bunch of mats, but I want to use the one that I love. And I thought I brought it in, but guess what? I don't have time for that. Hi. Hey, where is Angela, Amanda? There she is.
Who, me?
Well, you too. Hi, Dario.
Hi.
Who me?
You're like,
Hi,
there she is.
Angela. So cute. Haley, I'm so pumped that you're here too. Welcome to our October quaranlean crew. It's noon already. Time goes by really fast when you're stressed out looking for your yoga mat, huh? But I'm pumped that you're all here. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm and also your patience with me right now. I had a lot of coffee today. Translate that however you want. AKA Angela, get ready. It's going to be really fun. You know what that means. Everyone else is shaking their head and smiling. Cool. We're going to get started in child's pose. We're going to work on balancing today. Our peak pose is going to be half moon. I've come up with a really, really fun transition that I hope that you like. All right, but don't think about it just yet. I'm going to mute you all now. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
All right, go ahead and go into your child's pose. Everyone is going to get muted now. And take a moment here to pump yourself up. I always try to tell you to keep your mind clear, which I also hope you're doing. I think at this point, it's standard procedure for all of you. I want you to give yourself a pep talk. Think about what you would say to your students if you were leading a class. And I want you to give yourself that message right now. What is going to motivate and inspire you? What are some encouraging words that you know will help uplift you as you start to overcome some challenging movements on your mat today? What's going on in your own head? What's going on in your own day that you could use some help checking out from? Maybe start with your breathing. So wherever you are with that breath, go ahead and let out a deep exhale. And as you inhale, feel your spine lengthen. Fill that air, fill your lungs with air and take that air down to the base of your belly. Open up your mouth, sigh it out. And then now just take a moment to rock your forehead from side to side. You've got a little bit of pressure on your mat with your forehead. And as you go from side to side, you're going to start to dip one shoulder down at a time as a way to open up the sides of your body, your armpits, your triceps. And these movements are also going to go down to your hips. So feel them open up as your knees splay farther apart. If you're still giving yourself a pep talk, that's cool. Also take this time to set an intention for your practice. So as you think about that thing or the things that are going to motivate and inspire you, feed yourself a positive message that you can do it, because the hardest part is showing up. And now on your next inhale, push up into your tabletop so that your shoulders stack over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. Drop your head down so that you can feel the stretch down your spine. So your neck down to your tailbone is getting nice and lengthened. Tuck your tailbone here and then dig your knees into the mat. On your next inhale, drop your belly down. We're going to hold it for 1 cycle of breath. So allow your belly to drop, your chest to open up. There you go, my sisters. Beautiful job opening up the front of your body. On your next exhale, go back into your cat, round your back. Put more pressure on your mat with your hands on your knees. Visualize your shoulder blades opening up apart. Inhale, drop your belly, cow pose. Lift your tailbone a little bit higher. Feel your throat open as you drop your head back a little bit more. Exhale, cat, round your back. Feel your chin inch closer to your chest. Round your back a little bit more, and then bring your hips back to your heels. Keep your arms straight. Notice what this does for your upper back, your triceps, and your lower back. As you inhale, shift your shoulders forward to your wrists and then drop your belly. This is a long inhale. Excellent, everyone. Lift your eyes a little bit higher. Gorgeous Dario. Exhale, cat pose. Round your back first. Tuck your tailbone under and then bring your hips back to your heels. Keep your arms straight, just like that last round. This is your last one. On your inhale, shift your shoulders right above your wrists and then drop your belly down for cow. Feel the front of your body open, beautiful Lisa. Lift your tailbone a little bit higher. And then from here, go back into your neutral tabletop so that your spine is long. You want your eyes right in between your hands, spread your fingertips wide. On your inhale, extend your right leg back behind you, point your toes. Keep your ankle in line with your hip and then go for the extension with your toes. So imagine I'm back behind you and pulling your leg. Engage your quads, suck your stomach in, get used to engaging your core for the rest of class. As you exhale, round your spine, bring your chin into your chest. Imagine your forehead and your knee are gonna touch. Inhale, straighten out your leg, point your toes back, go for the extension and then lift a little higher. Exhale, round your back, curl in more. Feel your spine open up, bring your chin into your chest. One more round, inhale. Straighten out your leg, point your toes, lift, drop your head back, and then exhale, curl in. Round your back, press your hands into the ground, suck your stomach in more, maybe your forehead and knee will touch. And then release, straighten out your right leg. Keep your right heel lifted, and then start to peel your right hand up to go into your half moon with your left knee on the ground. So you want your right wrist in line with your right shoulder and your left. Keep your right ankle in line with your hip. You've all got it. Good. Flex your right toes back. As you press your left hand into the floor, extend your right fingertips a little bit higher. You've got it, hands. Look up towards your fingers though. And then release. Bring your right hand down, drop your right knee down to the mat. We're gonna do the same thing on the left side. As you inhale, extend your left leg back, point your toes. Engage your quads, extend through the crown of your head here. And then as you exhale, curl in, round your back. Bring your knee to your forehead. Feel your shoulder blades peel apart. Inhale, straighten out your leg, point your toes, lift a little bit higher. Nice, Lisa. Exhale, curl in. Round your back, tuck your tailbone, press your hands into the ground. Inhale, leg, engage higher. And then exhale, curl in. Feel the entire backside of your body open, hold it, and then release by lifting your leg. Keep your heel in line with your hip. Then with your right hand on the floor, start to peel your left hand up. Haley's ready, I love it. Keep your wrists in line with both of your shoulders, flex your left toes back. Engage your core, suck your stomach up and in. Maybe you look up towards your fingertips. Release, bring your left hand down, bend your left knee, you're back in your tabletop, but not for too long. Tuck your toes so that you can go into your downward dog. Lift your hips, straighten out your legs, and then start to bend one knee at a time. Assess where your body is today. This is your first downward dog of this Wednesday, unless you've already done yoga. And if that's the case, good for you. But as you sway your hips from side to side, feel the back of your legs open more. Keep your arms straight, spread your fingertips wide so that you can open up the front of your body. And then as you inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and then start to walk to the top of your mat. Keep your feet hip width distance apart, and then come up into your halfway lift. Roll the weight to your toes. Look forward, keep your back flat. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Grab behind your calves, press your forearms into the backs of your legs, drop your head down, and then with every exhale, roll the weight to your toes more, engage your quads. You're gonna hold this stretch just for one more round of breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, engage your quads, lock out your knees, press your chest into your thighs. And then release. Bring your arms back in front of your feet, bend your knees, and then roll up one vertebra at a time, coming up to standing. We're going into sun salutations. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive your way down. Hinge at your hips. On your inhale, come up with a flat back to your halfway lift. Hands on shins or on the ground. Nice, Amanda. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Bring your hands down. Step back into your plank. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Drive your heels back. Then as you exhale, shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows back. You can always drop down to your knees to modify when you chaturanga. Really good, Amanda. Keep your elbows in tight though. Good. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful, Dawn. Bring your hips up. Try to ground your heels closer to the mat with every downward dog. We're only doing 2 more sun salutations. Look forward, bend your knees, walk, step, or if you're ready, you can jump right to the top of your mat. Come up into your halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Get that grip behind your calves again. Press your forearms into your calves, roll the weight to your toes, lift your hips, and then release. Bring your hands in front of your feet, bend your knees, roll up slowly to standing. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Create that space in your lower back, your legs. Come up into your halfway lift. Inhale, eyes go forward. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Bring your hands down. Step, or you can jump back into your bent arms to chaturanga. Open up your chest. Beautiful, Mel. Nice, Jeanette. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Yep, and then downward dog. Roll over your toes, lift your hips. Ground your heels. This is your last one. Look forward, bend your knees. Walk, step, jump to the top. Come up into your halfway lift. Inhale, spine is so long. Nice, Alicia. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Grab behind your legs. Pull by pressing your forearms into your calves. Roll the weight to your toes. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Drop your head down. And then release. Hands go in front of your feet. Bend your knees. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Take your arms up as you inhale, sweep them overhead. Exhale, swan dive, come all the way down, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down, step or jump back. Keep your elbows in, engage your triceps, nice, Dawn. Relax the tops of your shoulders. I see you. There you go. Downward dog, bring your hips up, bring your heels down. From here, switch to bend one knee at a time. You're walking the dog again. Send your breath to your hips, the sides of your body, so the area along your rib cage are opening up. Stop in the center, and then as you inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, and then step your foot through, pivot to face the left side of your mat for a wide leg forward fold. So you're hinging at your hips here. Go into your ragdoll arms, so grab opposite elbows, drag your elbows down to the ground. Imagine that your elbows are super heavy so that you can decompress your spine. I'm coming out of it so I can watch you. Now, Lisa, roll the weight to your toes more so that your hips are aligned with your heels. Good. Amanda, you too, just a tiny movement for you. Bring your hips more forward. Excellent. And then Ange, I like what you're doing. Your knees are bent and that's totally fine. Everyone else, take your elbows closer to the ground. Drop your head all the way. Open up the back of your neck. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, start to sway from side to side. If you haven't already, engage your quads so that your hamstrings open up just a little bit more. And then release by stopping in the middle. Drop your hands down. Bend your knees slightly. Pivot to face the top of your mat. Open up into your crescent lunge. Keep your right knee bent as much as you can. Sweep your arms up. And then stack your shoulders over your hips. Try to squeeze your hands a little bit closer to each other, Jeanette, so that your wrists are aligned with your shoulders. Don't look at my armpits. As you inhale, drop your left knee down to the ground. Exhale, straighten out your left leg, drive your left heel back. 2 more of those knee taps. Inhale down. Exhale, straighten out your left leg, squeeze your left butt cheek. Good. 1 more. Make this the slowest descent. And then the slowest lift as you straighten out your leg. Great work. From here, you're gonna launch into a balance. Keep your right foot planted into the mat. Come up to standing. Bring your left knee in line with your hip, your left knee in line with your ankle. If you're feeling wobbly, you can always rest your left toe on the floor. Looking good, and great work there, Dawn. Reach your spine up through the crown of your head. Bring your left hip down a little bit, Lisa. Good. From here, go back into your crescent. Step your left foot back just a little bit more. Now take a backward bend. Bring your thumbs back. Feel your chest lift. Bend your right knee a little bit more. Release. Drop your hands down to the ground. Go into your double leg stretch. So straighten out your right leg. Lift your right toes up a little bit higher. And as you dig your right heel into the ground, engage your quads. Allow your chest to drop down to your right thigh. Release. Bend your right knee. And then drop your left hand down. Extend your right hand up. Go into a twist. Bring your right hand behind you, farther away from your midline as a way to twist your spine and also open up your chest to the ceiling. Release. Bring your right hand down. Sweep your right leg all the way up and then flow. You can keep it lifted, or if you're still warming up, drop your foot down. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows. Open up. Nice, Alicia. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your hips. Ground your heels. Bring your chest closer to your thighs. Left side. Inhale. Lift up your left leg. Point your toes. Keep your shoulders and your hips square to the mat. Then as you exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Step it through. And then pivot to face the right side of your mat. Wide leg forward fold. Same thing this time around. Interlock all 10 fingers at your tailbone. Start to bring your thumbs away from your spine so that you can open up your chest. The more you squeeze your shoulder blades together, the more the front of your body will open. Make the same adjustments that you did the first side that we did this. Your hips should be in line with your heels. Engage your quads more. Looking really good, Jeanette. You too, Carrie. Bring your thumbs farther away from your spine. Open up the front of your body. Release. Drop your hands down. Bend both of your knees and then pivot to face the top of your mat to go into crescent. Keep your left leg at a 90-degree angle. Sweep your arms up. Sink your hips down by bending your knee to a 90-degree angle. Make sure that your hips are square to the top of your mat. Excellent control, and you've got it. Do the best you can. Perfect. Knee taps. Inhale, drop your right knee. Exhale, straighten out your right leg. Squeeze your right butt cheek. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze to straighten. Drive your right heel back. 1 more. Inhale down. Keep your spine long. Exhale, squeeze to straighten. Reach your fingertips higher. And then release. Bring your hands down. Double leg stretch. Oh, just kidding. Well, let's just go into it. Double leg stretch. Lift your left toes up. Dig your left heel into the mat. I'll throw in the balance right after this. So do the best you can to drive your right heel back. Keep your hips square to the ground. Feel your chest inch closer to your left thigh. And then imagine the crown of your head is extending to the top of your left foot. With every exhale, try to lift your left toes up a little bit more. 1 more round of breath. Release by going back into your crescent. Sweep your arms up. Once you find your balance, dig your left big toe into the mat. You're coming up into your standing balance. Lifting your right knee up so that it's in line and your right ankle is in line. Reach your fingertips high. Suck your stomach up and in. Bring your knee farther away from your midline, Lisa. And then you're great right where you are, Amanda and Ange. Perfect. Go back into your crescent. Good job, Dawn. Especially you, because you're on your carpet. As you go back into your low lunge, go into your low lunge with a twist. Wrap your right hand down. Start to peel your left hand away from your midline to feel the twist in your lower back and the opening of your left hip. Release. Bring your left hand down. Sweep your left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then flow. If your leg was lifted on the other side, do it here. Always shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows back. Open up your chest, squeeze your triceps, and then exhale, go into your downward dog. Lift your hips, ground your heels. Feel your spine lengthen. We've got another flow before we go into our first break. As you inhale, lift up your right leg, start to bend your right knee. Point your toes down to the ground, open up the right side of your body. Drop your right shoulder down a little bit more. Send your breath to the right side of your body. And then release by bringing your knee back into your chest, step it through for your crescent. Sweep your arms up. Bend your right knee even more. Make sure your knee is aligned with your ankle. Excellent form, everyone. Reach your fingertips higher. Bend your right knee a little bit more. We're not doing the knee taps here. You're gonna go right into your balance. Lift your left knee up. Make sure that your hips are square to the floor. The tendency here is for your left hip to come up. Bring it down. I don't think any of you have that trouble right now. Awesome job. Stay in control. Keep your core tight. Reach your fingertips higher. Go back into your lunge. Take your left toes further back. Open up your chest. And then open up into your warrior two. Face the left side of your mat. Sink your hips down even lower. And then once you are here, that 90-degree angle is with your right leg. Lift your right heel up. Dig your right toes into the mat. Inhale, drop it. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, drop it. Bar vibes for you, Amanda. Sink your hips down a little bit lower. Lift your right heel up higher. Hold it. And then reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm up and back. Open up your chest. Sink your hips down even more. Start to look up toward your fingertips. Bring your right knee away from your midline to open up your hip. And then release. Cartwheel your arms. Frame your foot with your hands. Go into your lunge with a twist. As you reach your right fingertips up, drive your left heel back. And then roll the weight to the outside edges of both of your feet, getting into your outer hips on both sides. So the lower you can drop your hips, the more you can bring your knee away from your midline. There you go, Carrie. That should feel really good. Keep your right hand up super high, your right wrist in line with both of your shoulders. And then release. Plant your right foot back down into the mat. Sweep your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Point your toes. If you're ready to flip the dog, do it now. Your right foot's gonna go to the left side of your mat. Open up your chest. Drop your head back. Lift your chin. Excellent. Hips up higher, Lisa and Jeanette. And then release. Bring your right hand down. Lift your right leg up. Flow here. Try to keep your leg lifted this time to generate more heat and challenge your hip strength. Downward dog. Exhale as your hips go up. And then inhale as you drop your heels down closer to the mat. Your hamstrings are opening. The front of your body is opening. We've got the left side. And then you'll get a nice little child's pose. Inhale, lift up your left leg. Bend your left knee. Try to drive your left shoulder down more. Open up the left side of your body. Open up the area along your rib cage. Hold it. And then release by stepping your left foot through to go into your crescent. Take your arms up. Open up your chest. Keep your spine long. Sink your hips down even more so you're challenging how open you can bring your hips. You've got it. Bend your knee more. Plant your left big foot, left big toes into the ground, and then come up into your balancing pose right away. Right knee is in line with your hip. Right ankle is in line with your knee. Flex your right toes up just a little bit. Stand up taller. Reach your fingertips high. One more round of breath. And then release. Step your right foot further back to sink your hips down even more. Keep your hips right where they are. Turn to face the right side of your mat. Warrior two. Your left toes are parallel to the top of your mat. Your left knee is bending a little bit more, Haley, so that your hips drop. Good. And then you're going into your heel lift. So exhale, lift your left heel. Inhale, drop it. Beautiful, done. Exhale, lift your heel. Inhale, drop it. Final one. Exhale, lift. Sit your hips down even more, then reverse your warrior. Open up the left side of your body. Lift your chin. Try to bring your right shoulder toward the right side of your mat. Bring your left shoulder toward the left side, opening up your chest. And then release. Drop your left heel. Cartwheel your arms. And then sweep your left leg up. Oh, yep. Three-legged dog. Bend your left knee. Point your toes down. And then flip your dog. Left foot goes to the right side of your mat. Open up your chest. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your chin. Feel your spine lengthen the front of your body open. And then release. Go back into your three-legged dog. Keep your leg lifted here. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows back. Open up your heart. Then go into your child's pose. Take your knees out wide. Hips go back to your heels. Keep your elbows slightly bent so that you can drop your chest closer to the ground. This is a wonderful time for a water break. We're going to build onto that sequence by adding more balancing options. Again, working our way into that half moon. That's why I went right into the balancing right away. So get ready for that. If you are opting out of the water break, awesome. Take this time to give yourself another pep talk. Check in with who you are. Oh, Dawn, how lucky are you? Water service. I'm going to do yoga there next time. Cool. My friends who are hanging out, wherever you are with your breath, just exhale now. If there's anything that you are hanging on to in your head that has nothing to do with your practice, this is a time to turn that switch off. Make the commitment. We are at the halfway point of class and we are still working towards our peak pose. So get ready to hone in your focus right now. Push into your downward dog on your next inhale. Make sure that your hands and your feet are hip width distance apart. Allow your hips to lift higher here so that you can open up the backs of your legs a little bit more. As you inhale, lift up your right heel. As your heel lifts towards the ceiling, try to ground your left heel closer to the mat so both hamstrings are opening up. On your exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, hold it here. Try to bring your knee closer to your chest by rounding your upper back. And then on your next inhale, straighten out your leg, lift your heel a little bit higher. Exhale, curl in, bring your knee forward, then lift it up to your chest, round your upper back. Inhale, straighten out your leg, lift your heel even more. And then exhale, curl in, round your back, and then step your foot through crescent lunge. Take your arms up. So now the heel lifts that we did in Warrior 2, you're gonna do them in crescent, which is gonna be a little bit harder. So as you exhale, lift your right heel up as much as you can. Keep your right knee bent. You've got it, and inhale, drop your heel. Exhale, lift it up. Keep your right knee bent. You got it, Dario. Inhale, drop it. So good. I see the shaking Mel. Exhale, lift your heel. Bring your hips down a little bit more. And then release by bringing your hands down. Go into your standing splits. Balance onto your right leg. Lift your left toes up a little bit more. Hinge at your hips so much that your chest drops down to your left thigh or your right thigh. Extend through the crown of your head. Dig your right big toe into the mat. Stay for one more round of breath. And then release by going back into your crescent lunge. Sweep your arms all the way up. Awesome. Extend your fingertips a little bit higher. Bend your right knee more so that you can sink your hips down. And then go into your standing balancing pose. So you're going to balance onto your right leg. Lift your left knee up. Drive your left hip down so that your hips are in one line. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee to go into eagle. Swing your right arm underneath your left. Try to get your left foot to wrap around your right calf muscle. You're really close there, Amanda. Bend your right knee a little bit more and then squeeze your thighs together. Good work there, Dawn. You've got it, Haley. Lean your upper body back, Jeanette. You too, Carrie. And then release. Uncross your legs. Sweep your arms back up. You're back in your balance. Step your left foot back. Open up Warrior 2. Face the left side of your mat. Once you're there, reverse your warrior. Oop, good save. Reach your right arm back. Look up towards the ceiling. You've got it, Alicia. Fingertips back even more. Bend your right knee a lot. Bend it. Good. Cartwheel your arms. Frame your foot. Sweep your right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Point your toes down. Open up the right side of your body. Wild thing again. Right toes go to the left. Open. Only one round of breath here. Good. Release. Bring your right hand down. Sweep your right leg up. No flow on this one. Just drop your right foot down. That was already a lot of work, right? No more flowing. On your inhale, lift up your left leg. Point your toes. We've got those core planks. As you exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Shift your shoulders right over your wrists. Then bring your knee up. Feel your core work. Inhale, straighten out your leg. Point your toes. Bring your heel up a little bit higher as you ground your right heel. Exhale, curl into your core plank. Bring your knee in and then bring it up. Round your upper back. Inhale, straighten out your leg. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Bring it up. Exhale, curl in. Your knee goes into your chest. Round your upper back. Hold it. And then go right into your crescent. Sweep your arms up. Reach your fingertips high. Bend your left knee even more. Every time we go into these crescent lunges, your hips are opening up. So send your breath right to your hips. Keep your left leg at a 90-degree angle. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down. Just kidding. Inhale, bring your arms back up. We have the heel lifts. So as you exhale, lift your left heel. Inhale, drop it. The coffee is affecting me. Exhale, lift your heel. Inhale, drop it. Sit down even lower if you can. Bend your knees, everyone. Good. Exhale, lift your heel. Hold it. And then release by dropping your heel down. Bring your hands down. Launch into your standing splits. So you're going to dig your left big toe into the mat. Squeeze your right butt cheek so that you can lift your toes up. Get the grip behind your left calf muscle. Extend your toes up higher towards the ceiling. Press your chest into your left thigh. Challenge your balance by bringing your hands to your ankle if you can. Otherwise, just keep your hands underneath your shoulders, planted into the mat. And then release. Go back into your crescent lunge so your right foot goes way back behind you. Sweep your arms up. Once your shoulders are over your hips, go into your warrior two. Keep your left toes facing forward. Bend your knee to bounce it out. Reach your fingertips apart. Bend your knee a little bit more, Jeanette, and then reverse your warrior. Reach your left arm back. Look up high toward the ceiling. Bend your left knee more. Bring your knee away from your midline. Reach your fingertips back as you lift up your chin. And then release. Cartwheel your arms. Frame your foot. Roll onto your right toes. Sweep your left leg up. Once it lifts, bend your knee. Meet me in Wild Thing. Left foot goes to the right side of your mat. Lift your chest. Lift your stomach. Maybe bring your fingertips away from your midline. And then release. Bring your left hand down. Sweep your left leg all the way up. And then bring your left foot down. Downward dog. Bend one knee at a time. I just realized that we did not do eagle. So as you inhale, lift up your left leg. Exhale, step it through. Reach your arms up. So you're going into your crescent. A quick fix, no problem. Balance onto your left leg, bring your right knee up. Keep your spine long, reach your fingertips high. Then bend your left knee, swing your right leg up and then over. And then bring your right elbow underneath your left. Pull your elbows down. Do the best you can to stack your shoulders over your hips. Everyone looks really good. And bend your left knee a little bit more. Mel, you too, bend your left knee. Your foot is kind of wrapping. I want it to hella wrap. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful, Alicia. Bring your knees to the right, your upper body to the left. And then release. Come back up to standing. Bring your feet together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, drop your arms down to both sides. Just take a moment here. You're in mountain pose. Relax your shoulders. Keep your core tight, your thighs together, your feet planted. Just a little bit of time here to regroup. We don't find ourselves in this shape that often in the classes that I teach, so enjoy it. Squeeze your shoulders together so that your chest opens. Remind yourself why you're here today. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bring your arms behind you and lock all 10 fingers, drive your knuckles down to the ground. Open up your chest by squeezing your shoulder blades together, lift your chin. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Take your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Keep your palms glued to each other. And then imagine that your knuckles are driving higher up to the ceiling as you roll the weight to your toes. Engage your quads, suck your stomach in. Release by dropping your arms down to the ground. Place them under your shoulders, step back into your downward dog. As you go into this downward dog, bring your hips up high. This is our peak sequence. As you inhale, lift up your right leg, point your toes, bring your right foot forward, go right into your crescent lunge. So as promised, our peak pose is going to include half moon. We're going to build onto the sequence that we've been doing. Keep your hips square to the top of your mat, 3 knee taps. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze to straighten, inhale down. This is 2, exhale, squeeze to straighten, drive your left heel back, last one. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze to straighten, nice job. Find the balance on your right foot, bring your left knee up. Square your hips off to the ground, awesome everyone. And then cross your left foot around your right calf muscle, swing your right arm up and then over. Lean your upper body back, bring your knees to the left, your upper body to the right, feel your shoulder blades open. Looking good there, Haley. Bend your right knee more so that your hips can drop, and then tuck your tailbone, everyone, to work your lower abs. Perfect. And then release, uncross your legs, go into your eagle arms with warrior 3. So you're hinging at your hips. Keep your shoulders and your hips squared to the ground. Reach your fingertips and toes apart. And then uncross your arms so that your right hand drops to the floor. Start to peel your left hand up so that your left wrist is in line with both of your shoulders. Start to flex your left toes back. Keep your right fingertips planted into the ground. Maybe imagine that your fingertips are like spider legs. Yep, most of you got it. Flex your left toes back even more. And then release. Drop your left hand down, step your left foot back. Add a twist here, reach your right hand up. Roll the weight to the outside edges of both of your feet. Allow your hips to drop. Reach your right fingertips up and then bring them away from your midline. Release. Bring your right hand down, sweep your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Flow here. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. Bend your elbows back. Open up your chest. Downward dog. Bring your hips up. Bring your heels down. For our last standing sequence, same thing on the left side. As you inhale, lift up your left leg. Keep your hips and shoulders squared to the ground. Engage your left quads. And then step your foot through. Crescent. Take your arms up. Bend your knee even more. Find a way to make it a little bit more challenging so that your hips can open up. 3 knee taps. Inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze to straighten. Drive your right heel back. Inhale, down. This is 2. Great focus, Jeanette. Drive your right heel back. Last one. Inhale, down. Nice depth, Dario. Straighten out your right leg. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Hold it here. And then find your balance. Stand on your left leg. Lift your right knee up in line with your hip. Flex your right toes back. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee. Swing your right leg up and then over. And then bring your left arm underneath your right. Pull your elbows down. Once you send your breath to your upper back, your shoulder blades are going to peel apart more. As you roll the weight to your left heel, you're going to feel your ankles strengthen. Try to bring your knees to the left, your upper body to the right. Tuck your tailbone at the end. And then release. Go into your warrior 3 with eagle arms. Straighten out your right leg. Hinge at your hips. Reach your fingertips, your toes apart. Keep your spine long, your hips and shoulders square to the ground. Find your balance. And then uncross your arms. Drop your hands to the mat. Keep them under your shoulders. With your left fingertips on the mat, start to peel your right hand up for half moon. So what helps me here is digging my left big toe into the mat. Try to suck your right hip over your left. Definitely flex your right toes back. Reach your right hand up a little bit higher. And then release. Bring your right hand down. And then step your right foot to the back of your mat. Go into your low lunge with a twist. Once your left hand comes up, roll the weight to the outside edges of both of your feet. The farther away you bring your knee from your midline, the more your hips drop, the more your hips open up. Then start to peel your left hand away from your midline, exposing your chest to the ceiling. Maybe drop your head back. And then release. Bring your left hand down, sweep your left leg up. 3-legged dog, keep it lifted if you can. Then chaturanga, final one. Shift your shoulders forward, bend your elbows back. Open up your chest. Exhale, go into your child's pose. Whew. Keep your knees farther apart. Excellent work, everyone. Try to bring your knees farther apart. Be your first child's pose. Sending every bit of energy you have to your inner thighs. Feel your outer hips open up, but try to relax those muscles. And as you dig your forehead into the ground, feel your chest drop closer to the mat. So the front of your body, not just your hips, but your chest also opening up. You got the support of your mat right below you. Allow your breath to just happen naturally, as slowly as possible. And then from here, you're going to start to walk your hands in towards your body. Keep your hips as close to the ground as you can, and then bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee to start to peel your left hand up. So almost like we're doing a twist in malasana, except you've got the support of the ground and you're not balancing on your toes. Start to reach your left hand up and then peel your left fingertips away from your midline. Sink your left side hip down to your left heel. Look up, maybe your chin will touch your left shoulder. Reach up a little bit higher and then switch sides. Bring your left hand back down to the inside of your left knee. Extend your right hand up. Go for the reach first, lengthening your right arm, and then take your arm back behind you. Like you did on the other side, your right hip this time is sinking into your right heel. Feel your inner thighs stretch as well as your hips. And then release. Bring your right hand back down. Start to squeeze your knees together. And then stack your shoulders over your hips so that you're in your hero's pose. Rest the backs of your hands onto your thighs. Open up your chest by squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then from here, take your arms up as you inhale. As you exhale, drop your hands down to both sides of your hips. Walk your hands forward. Take your feet and your knees hip width distance apart for melted heart. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. By now, our chests are super open, so try to rest your chin on the ground rather than your forehead. Yep, you've got it. Your knees should be right underneath your hips. Everyone looks really good here. With every exhale, walk your fingertips up a little bit more. Beautiful carry. You're opening up your heart. You're releasing any tension in your chest. It is a trouble spot for a lot of us. Feel the pressure between your knees and the ground. Take a deep breath in. Imagine your spine is lengthening. And then as you exhale, pretend there's a weight attached to your belly button. It's dragging your belly button down. Feel the front of your body open even more. Imagine your armpits are going to touch the ground. And then release by slithering your way onto your stomach. Straighten out your legs. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. And then allow your forehead to rest on the ground. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in. You want your elbows to point up towards the ceiling. Good. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart. We're going to do 3 rounds of cobra, progressively going up higher and higher. So starting with a low cobra as you inhale, lift your chest just a couple of inches off of the ground. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Try to keep your elbows in tight. Yes, Haley, I see you. Relax the tops of your shoulders, everyone. Look up now. Look up, look up, look up. And then release. Come all the way down. Next time around, try to take your feet just a little bit farther apart. Keep your hands where they are. Bring your chin just a little bit more forward. Exhale here. And on your inhale, come up a little bit more. Maybe put a little bit more pressure on your mat with your hands. Definitely keep your elbows in. I like it, Haley. So good. Drop your head back. Send your breath to your lower back. And then release. Come all the way back down. For the third one, we're going to come up to the highest position. So maybe take your feet out mat width distance if they're not already. Bring your chin forward here. Exhale. And on your inhale, come up as high as you can. Maybe your arms straighten. If they do, keep your wrists underneath your shoulders. Once you come up to your highest point, if you're squeezing your glutes, try to relax them so that your hips open. That looks good, Amanda, but bring your wrists under your shoulders more. And then Dawn, relax the tops of your shoulders. Everyone start to drop your head back. Allow your hips to drop closer to the ground. Lift your chin a little bit higher. Make sure you're still breathing. And then release by going into your child's pose. Push your hips back to your heels. Bring your big toes to touch. Feel that release in your lower back. Keep your arms where they are. Start to rock your head from side to side. And then from here, no cute way to do it. Just roll onto your back so that you can go for your final stretches. Just a couple more for your hips. Keep your knees bent. Stack them over your ankles. Start to cross your right ankle over your left thigh for your reclined figure 4. Cool. Everyone flex your right toes back. Good job, Mel. If you need more, you can start to lift your left foot off of the floor. Everyone though, even if you're not lifting your left foot off of the floor, bring your right knee away from your chest. Bring your right ankle in toward your chest to create that deep stretch along your outer right hip. Press both of your shoulders into the floor, especially the back of your neck. That should be connected so much. Release, switch sides. Drop your left foot down, and then bring your right foot down to the mat. Cross your left ankle over your right, flexing your left toes back. Start to press your left knee away from your chest. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, if you need more, lift your right foot off of the mat. Again, the goal here is bringing your left knee away from your chest as you bring your left ankle inward. That way your outer left hip opens up. Put more pressure on your left knee with your hand or your elbow to deepen the stretch. And as you did on the other side, the entire length of your spine, especially the back of your neck, should be connected to the ground. Release. Drop your right foot down and then go right into your happy baby. As you grab the outsides of your feet, rock from side to side, guide your knees closer to the ground. Send your breath to your inner thighs. And depending on how wide you are rocking, you might also be massaging your shoulders. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, press the soles of your feet together. Guide your heels into your pelvis. Splay your knees apart. Feel your inner thighs stretch. Your glutes strengthen just by squeezing them. And that squeeze is also taking your knees farther apart. So everything is in unison. Stay for one more round of breath. Release by dropping your feet down to the ground. Keep them hip width distance apart. Cactus out your arms, and then as you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. As you create that twist in your lower spine, you are also opening up the front of your body. The more you turn your head to the left, the more the right side of your neck will open. Try to bring your left side hip down to your left heel to intensify that opening. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up, point them up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. There you go, Mel. So you want your feet hip width distance apart so that your knees are staggered. That's going to help you open up the right side of your body a little bit more. That looks good, Alicia. Everyone, turn your head to the right. Bring your right side hip down to your right heel, creating more space along your rib cage. And then just like that, release. Point your knees back up. Straighten out your legs. You can keep your arms cactus out for your final Savasana if that feels good for you. We did a lot to open up the front of our bodies today, so this is a nice way to continue in that focus, keeping that same energy of opening up your heart as a way to make your breathing easier and more effortless. And the good news for you is that you don't have to breathe any certain way now. Just allow your inhales and exhales to happen organically on their own. Feel that wave of accomplishment just take over your body. Feeling your shoulder blades, your hips connect to the ground. That anchoring is going to allow you to be free in the front of your body. And speaking of being free, the way you move today freed up any tension, not just in the front of your body, your heart, your mind. Stay here for one more round of breath. Make it the slowest inhale you've had all week. Exhale, allow it to feel your body get heavier onto the mat. Then roll onto your right side body. Use your right bicep as a pillow. Curl into the fetal position so that your right ear rests on your bicep. And then whenever you're ready, take your time to push up into a seated shape. Keep your eyes closed. As you sink your hips down, stack your shoulders over your hips. Rest your hands on your knees with your palms up. Take a moment here to feel just how much more grounded you've become after just 45 minutes on the mat today, how much more relaxed you are. And know that you did that all on your own. You had a choice, and I'm glad that you made it. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, press your palms into each other, and then as you exhale, guide your thumbs to your heart to feel your heartbeat. Give thanks for that. Give thanks for this time, and give thanks for the ability to move together with intention as a super, super badass virtual community. From the bottom of my grateful heart to all of yours, the light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. I hope you loved class today. Thank you all for being here. If you're, ask all to unmute. If you don't have your camera on, can you just turn it on for me, please? Thank you. I'm having a really good hair day, and I'm not talking about the ones under my arms. All right. Dawn, where are you? Everyone's getting cute. Perfect. Thank you. It's our class photo. Thank you, sisters, for being so cute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfection. Happy Wednesday. If you guys have time to just hang out for 1 second, I just wanted to share with you that I'm super excited about my birthday party. The merch is being ordered today. Nobody knows about it yet, but I'm like so excited to share. No one's going to know what it looks like until the day of, but just start to get excited about it. Amanda, I know that you've been so patient. I can't wait for you to get the stuff. All right, that's all. Have a great day. Crush it. Thank you so much for working so hard.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Lisa. Oh, Lisa's leaving me. All right, I'll just text her. Dang it. All right, bye, Mel.
Bye,
Have a good day.
Bye.
Dawn and Carrie, you guys are the cutest.
Oh, there's
Bye.
Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
She pops in every now and then. I'll tell her that you said hi. Bye, girls.